Lessons. I'm your host Ali Salman, and this podcast is sponsored by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for local service providers. You can access previous episodes at rapidboostmarketing.com / grow. Today we are talking about like how much copy or how much content do you need for your home page. We know that like Brian Clark from Copy Blogger, very famous, he mentioned once that during his research and when he was gathering data that on average 8 out of 10 people will just read your headline, basically the titles and the headlines, and 2 out of 10 people will just read the rest. So basically 20% of the people will be actually go on and read more content on your website, and 80% of the people won't probably read content on your website. So the question remains that okay, how much copy do you need on your website? It all depends on your business. So you have to understand that people tend not to read website copies because they're very marketing related. They're very salesman, but they tend to read it, right? Okay, most of the time when the copy is around education, the copy is around helping the person. And how you can basically do that, because we know that if you're basically just focused on your homepage selling, and basically all your call to actions are not around solving their problem rather than like how good you are and like why they should work with you, it doesn't work that way. The customer has to feel really really important. Also, there are four key components that you have to make sure that before you start writing a copy of your website, try to think of these four things. Number one thing is that what is the goal of your page? What are you trying to accomplish? Do you need them to take an action? Do you want to have them direct to your services page? Do you want to go do you want to take them to the contact us page? What is the goal of that specific page? Secondly, your customers motivations, like what are they motivated by? What excites them? If you are an accountant, your customers really get motivated by saving more money and making sure they're not paying much taxes. So really find out that what motivates your customers. Third thing is basically find out that what are their concerns, hesitations and fears are, right? Why are they not buying? So usually to to eliminate fears, to eliminate hesitations, to eliminate concerns, you can have logos of the companies you have worked with. You can have logos of the organizations you have worked with. And also you can have things like FAQ on your homepage, or basically the copy have to be targeted around people especially who are on the fence because of some fear, because of some concern, because of previous bad experience. So you have to write that copy in that manner. Number four thing, which is the most important thing, is that what is the state of awareness of your customer is. So example that if someone eats vegan, for them to if you're selling steaks to them, that's completely wrong customer with a completely different awareness phase. Rather, you can have them started with okay, why eating animal based diet is better than a vegan diet, right? Rather than actually selling them a steak. That's much better targeting. So it's a similar thing that is your customer is really really aware? Do they know what they want? They know your product? They know that you can help them out? Or your customer is completely unaware? When if they are unaware, that means that you have to convince them more, you have to provide them more information. So example is that in real estate, if your customer knows what they want, they will go to the search bar, they will look for that property, they will fill out that form and they'll contact you. If they don't know what they want, they're gonna browse condos, they're gonna browse townhomes, or if they're looking for a big home, they're gonna browse that category. So ideas, because they are completely unaware as to what exists out there, and they're trying to find out what solutions are available. There was actually a very in-depth study done by I'm not sure. Like, I will. It's. I think it's Yeah, it's Nielsen and Norman Group. They do a lot of research, experience research, training, and consulting. And a very in-depth study in 2008 they did, which says that, like, the more content you have on your website, it does translate into more time on the website. But there's a sweet spot. Sweet spot is around 1200 to 1400 words, because after that they found that people started to drop out. So I will have a graph in the show notes which clearly shows that, like, every 4.4 seconds more, you like, in every 100 more words you have, it basically helps people to stay 4.4 seconds. So every 100 words you're adding on your homepage, it's adding 4.4 seconds, because average words per minute people read is around 200 words. To sum it up, there is no proper length, or there's no perfect length for people, for every business is different. You have to understand that where your customer is as of today. Do you need to educate them more, or they just come to you and you're solving their problem? Second thing is that make sure that, like, when you're writing your copy, it's not above and beyond 1200 to 1400 words on the maximum side, and on the minimum side should at least have 500 to 700 words to explain it to people, that, like, why they should be doing business with you, and try to basically help them solve. And especially if they're bottom of the funnel customers, you don't need a huge copy. And if they're top of the funnel or awareness, like an awareness stage, you need an in-depth copy for them. I will link to some of the studies around this specific topic. It's a fascinating topic. Like, it goes much more in depth. All these guys from CRO, from Brian Clark to Nielsen, Norman Grove, they have the really good studies around them, and I want you to go and visit it if this topic really interests you, excites you. If you have any questions, reach out to us, but you can access previous episodes at rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. I'm your host, Ali Salman, and this podcast is sponsored by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for local service providers. Have a good day, make it count. Bye bye.